The following program originates live with the NBC television network.
NBC Sports presents the 1965 World Series. From Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, Minnesota, the Los Angeles Dodgers meeting the Minnesota Twins. Brought to you by Metropolitan Stadium today, the scene of perfect baseball weather. If you're visiting the stadium for the first time, it is 344 feet to the power pole in left. In the power alley in left center, 365. To straightaway center field, 430 feet. To the power alley in right center field, it is 365. And to the foul pole in right, 330 feet. The weatherman tells us that by mid-game today, it'll be about 60 degrees as Jim Mudcat Grant starts for the third time in this series, and his mound opponent, the left-hander who has already shut out the Twins one time in the series. Grant, incidentally, has won one and lost one in the series as a starter. In the regular season, won 21 and lost 7. And Jim Grant had this to say about pitching on 2 days' rest.
The only thing about pitching with 2 days rest is sometimes you might be a little sharper. Sometimes you might pitch with 5 days rest, and you might not have anything at all. The only thing that you are concerned with is have the muscles completely gotten over the soreness. Can you get the bad blood out that you've damaged while you're pitching 6 or 7 innings with 2 days before?
His opponent today, left-hander Claude Osteen, who not only righted the Dodgers after the Twins had won the first 2 games of the series, but Osteen launched the Dodgers to what is now a 3-game winning streak as he blanked the Twins on 5 hits. In a brilliant effort at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, the score of that game was 4-0. The starting lineup for Minnesota. It'll be the same as faced Osteen when he pitched before. Versailles at short, Zoilo Versailles. Joe Nosick in center. Tony Oliva in right. Harmon Killebrew, the cleanup batter, plays at third. Earl Batty will catch and bat in the number 5 spot. Bob Allison is in left field, batting number 6. The first baseman, Don Mencher, bats number 7. At second base, again, will be Frank Quillisi. And the pitcher, 1-1 in the series, 21-7 in the regular American League season, right-hander Jim Mudcat Grant. Ed Fargo at home plate, Ed Hurley of the American League at first, Tony Benson of the National League at second, John Flaherty of the American League at third, and on the foul lines will be Ed Sudol down the left field line of the National League, and Bob Stewart of the American League will be down the right field line. This 6th game of the 1965 World Series is being brought to you from Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, Minnesota. Here now, the voice of the Los Angeles Dodgers to take you from now through the first half of this ball game, Vin Scully.
Thank you, Ray, and hi, everybody. John Kennedy in the windbreaker walking the length of the Dodger dugout, the exchange of batting cards, and here are the names on the Dodger card. Wills leading off at shortstop. Gilliam hitting second at third base. Willie Davis in center field batting third. Ron Fairley in the cleanup spot against a right-hander. Lou Johnson in left field. Wes Parker at first base. John Roseboro behind the plate. Dick Trasuski at second base. Jimmy Lefevre still unable to come back to the starting lineup. And Claude Osteen, the pitcher. The 6th game of the World Series with Jim Grant and Claude Osteen. Grant working on 2 days' rest. And now Minnesota takes the field. We'll take a look at the Twins defensively. That's Don Mincher at first base. Frank Quillisi at second. Zoilo Versailles at short. Harmon Killebrew at third. Bob Allison in left. Joe Nossick in center. Tony Oliva in right. Earl Batty behind the plate. And Jim Grant making the long walk in from the bullpen, protecting his right arm. Danny Ozark coaching at first. Preston Gomez at third for the Dodgers. It is interesting to note that as Grant makes his way to the mound, the Twins bullpen is busy. And down in the Minnesota bullpen is left-handed Jimmy Merritt. So Grant received the simple instructions from Sam Mealy, who said succinctly, throw as hard as you can for as long as you can. And Jim Merritt is backing him up in the bullpen. Maury Wills, Jim Gilliam, and Willie Davis leading it off against Mudcat Grant. Wills, top hitter in the series, he has the most hits, 10.
For the Los Angeles Dodgers, ready now, number 30, shortstop, Maury Wills.
The corners are up. Both Killebrew and Mincher are looking for the bunt. Wills, 10 hits and 22 at-bats, and he's picked up 3 RBIs in the series. And Jim Grant, ready to go to work. He's 1-1 in the series. Little tapper to Mincher. Don will tag him going by. Here's third baseman Jim Gilliam. He has 4 hits in the series. Breaking ball and a fly ball into shallow left center. Bob Allison is calling. So the pattern has been the same for the first 2 hitters. Grant has started them each with a fastball and come back with the curve. 2 out, and here is Willie Davis. Willie has 6 hits in the series. As relaxed as ever. Another curve, hit the straightaway center. Nossick is there. That'll do it. So the Dodgers are out in order, and at the end of the first half inning, the Dodgers nothing, the Twins coming out. Wes Parker at first, Dick Tracewski at second, Maury Wills at short, Jim Gilliam at third, Lou Johnson in left, Willie Davis in center, Ron Fairley in right, Johnny Roseboro behind the plate, Claude Osteen on the mound. Coaching at first, Jim Lemon. Over at third, Billy Martin. For the Twins, Zoilo Versailles, Joe Nossick, and Tony Oliva. Versailles, a standout for the Twins in the series, has 6 hits and 4 RBIs, and he has sparkled in all departments. Line drive, base hit to right field. Fairley gets it back in, and the Twins try to come back in a hurry. Center fielder Joe Nossick with 4 hits. So Versailles, always a threat to go, held on by Parker, and Gilliam up inside the bag at third. Ground ball backhanded by Osteen. To Wills, they get 1. To Parker, double play, and that is the 6th double play turned in by the Dodgers against the Twins. In the Twins first, with Versailles on, Nossick hits back to Claude Osteen. The Dodger lefty whirls and fires to second. Wills steps on the bag. and makes his pivot throw while leaping through the air like a ballet dancer. And it's a double play, checking the first Minnesota threat. What is Claude Osteen's game plan and his pitching philosophy today? Here's what he said before the game.
Well, today I plan to pitch my regular ball game. I'm not going to change anything that might be drastic. I know I've had an undefeated season against these guys for about 3 years, and it is a difference in the ballpark here. I know in L.A. we have the bigger fences and everything, and the playing area is much bigger, but I'm just going to try and go out there and forget about the ballpark, forget about my past record against the ball club, and pitch the very same way that I've pitched all year. And I think we'll have a great chance.
Ground ball to the hole, base hit. So for Tony Oliva, his 4th hit of the series, the Twins' 2nd hit in the first inning, and here is Harmon Killebrew. Ground ball to Gilliam, big hop. He goes the short way to Tracewski. No runs, 2 hits, a man left. And the score at the end of 1 inning of play, the Dodgers nothing, the Twins nothing. Second inning, no score. The Dodgers will have Ron Fairley, Lou Johnson, and Wes Parker against Jim Grant, who set them in order in the first inning. Jim Merritt threw back of him in the first inning, is no longer throwing.
Number 6, right fielder, Ron Fairley.
Breaking ball, hit to center, Nossick is there. 1 away.
Batting fifth, number 41.
Lou Johnson, with 1 out in the second inning, no score. Lou has 6 hits, 3 RBIs. Little human interest story. Before the game, he had a baseball which had been hit by Harmon Killebrew in Dodger Stadium, and with 55,000 people there, Lou Johnson's son caught Killebrew's ball. Ball 1. And Lou was ordered by his son to get Harmon Killebrew's autograph on the ball, which he did before the game. Fastball, hit off the fists, little foul, and Mincher gloves it. So after looking at so many off-speed curveballs, Grant then jammed Johnson with the fastball. 2 out, and here is Wes Parker. Breaking ball, hit down to Quillisi. Frank up with it. That'll do it. Dodgers out in order, and the score at the end of an inning and a half. Dodgers nothing, Twins nothing.
Twins first base coach, Jim Lemon, and also batting coach, had this to say about the Twins and the 3 losses in Los Angeles.
I would say probably a club in the American League or National League has a park in which they like to hit in best, and also a park that they dislike to hit in. I think our ball club, player for player, would say that we do not like to hit in Dodger Stadium, and has proved that we didn't do it all year against the Angels. And our ball club is not down, and by gosh, it's this ballpark we like to hit in, so I hope we score some runs.
Hit into left center field. Willie in a hurry. Dives, can't get it, and gets by Johnson as well. Batty is into second base, rounds the bag, keeps going, and Will can't handle a relay. Earl Batty had 2 triples during the regular season. Here's another one. Big play was got by Johnson. So the Dodgers have Batty triple. Now the Twins trying to pick him up with nobody out. Bob Allison, Don Mincher, and Frank Quillisi. Strike. In there, strike two. Got him. Breaking ball struck him out. One away. Don Minshew coming up.
Batting seven, number 5, first baseman, Don Minshew.
3-2. Ball four. Well, Minshew trots to first. Batty holds at third, and Frank Quillisi coming up.
Second baseman, Frank Quillisi.
Quillisi has 3 hits, 1 RBI. Gilliam up and wide of the bag at third. Parker holding Minshew at first. Suzuki is up a little, and Will back to a normal depth. Ball one. On deck, pitcher Jim Grant. A bunt, not a squeeze, and it was fouled away. Strike two on the inside corner at the knees. Strike three. So Frank Quillisi is caught looking. Second strikeout for Osteen. 2 down, runners at first and third, and left-back Grant coming up.
Number 33, pitcher Jim Grant.
Mile-high pop fly. Wills back at Gilliam. Morey calling. That'll do it. No runs a hit, the Twins leave 2. And at the end of 2 innings of play, the Dodgers nothing, the Twins nothing. Third inning, no score in the ball game, and the Dodgers with Johnny Roseboro, Dick Tracewski, and Claude Osteen. Breaking ball popped up. Harmon Killebrew. Drops it. Well, it's one of those things. So Harmon Killebrew drops the easy pop fly. Roseboro aboard on the error. And the batter will be Dick Tracewski.
Batting eighth, number 44, second baseman Dick Tracewski.
Look at it again. Full count, nobody out. Roseboro goes. Pitch is strike 3. The throw down, they double him easily. Well, let's take a look at that play. Roseboro going. And Versailles. I'll tell you one reason the Dodgers had that play on, because we know Walter Olson's thinking in this respect. Tracewski takes so many strikes that every time he can, he gives him the hit sign. And I'm sure he was playing run and hit, hoping that Tracewski would not take the third strike, and he took it anyway. 2 out. Strikeout number 1 for Jim Grant. 0-1 to Claude Osteen. Fly ball into left field. Allison there. That's it. No runs, no hits, an error, nobody left. And at the end of 2.5 innings, the Dodgers nothing, the Twins nothing. 1965 World Series game is being brought to you live and in color, exclusively on NBC. Bottom of the third, and the Twins come up with Zoilo Versailles, Joe Nossick, and Tony Oliva. Versailles singles sharply to right field in the first inning for his 7th hit in the series. He has enjoyed a fine series. The Twins, no runs, 3 hits. The Dodgers, no runs, no hits. Ball 1. Ball 2. Very high. The Ford struggling, 3-0 the count. Just missed, and Osteen comes down off the mound. Ball 4.
Number 24,
So Versailles, who singled in the first inning, now walks, and the batter is Joe Nossick, who hit into a double play by way of the mound. Gilliam up even with the bag at third. A pitch out, and he almost threw it away. So Versailles at first base, and Osteen almost wild pitched him. Ed Vargo, the plate umpire, takes his mask off and is listening to first base umpire Ed Hurley, who hollered something down to him. Now Vargo turns to talk to Johnny Roseboro. 1 ball and no strikes. The count to Joe Nossick. Versailles goes, a ground ball to Wills. He has to go to first base. So that would have been another double play ball, except Versailles was gone. So Zoilo at second base. Take a look at the Minnesota hitter on third. There he goes. Little ground ball to Gilliam. He holds Versailles, throws Oliva out. So 2 down, and here is Harmon Killebrew. Ground ball to Wills. Long throw to Parker. That'll do it. No runs, no hits, a man left. And so at the end of the third inning, the score. The Dodgers nothing, the Twins nothing. We pause now for station identification.
Number 30, Maury Wills.
4th inning, no score in the ball game. Maury Wills, Jim Gilliam, and Willie Davis. Jim Grant, on 2 days' rest, had retired 9 in a row. There's a breaking ball, hit down to Versailles, throws him out. So all Jim Grant has done is retired 10 straight. Although, in a sense, Roseboro got aboard on the error, he was immediately wiped out. Gilliam flied to left in the first inning. Pop fly, back of first, Mincher and Quillisi, with Quillisi calling. In foul ground. 2 out, Willie Davis coming up. Here were his thoughts prior to the start of the game.
Well, the second time around here, the first time we were here, I was, I had a bad day, bad 2 days, you might say, because I was going for the long ball. But this time I think I'll change it a little bit, just like we changed our style of play in L.A., and just go for the single.
Ground ball to Don Mincher. That'll do it. So the score at the end of 3.5 innings of play. The Dodgers nothing, the Twins nothing. No score, but the Twins have been on the attack all day. Earl Batty tripled to open up the second, but stayed there. Bouncer to Trasuski. Bad hop. That ball took a rough hop. It did not come up for Trasuski. He is going to get an error anyway. Let's take another look at it. So Trasuski an error. Error on each side. And here's Bob Allison, who struck out in the second inning. Fly ball down the right field line. Fairly a long way to come. The ball slicing away foul and in the crowd. 0-2. There he goes. Goodbye. Osteen with the count 0-2. Got it right down the middle. Bob Allison levels his bat. And there it goes. Into the left field stand. Allison circles the bases in such joyful haste he almost catches up with Batty as he rounds third. Bob is welcomed at the plate by Batty, and Mincher adds his congratulations.
So the Twins on an error and a home run are leading 2-0, and the batter is Don Mincher. Ground ball to Suzuki. Juggle, picks it up, throws, gets it. One away, Frank Quillisi the batter. Ball one. Ball two. Ball three. Ball four. Osteen having a lot of problems, and here comes Walter Alston. As sharp as he was in Los Angeles, he is the other way today. Howie Reed in the bullpen. One out, and Jim Grant, the pitcher, is out. So Alston will let the left-hander stay in.
Number 33.
And Jim Grant, who has turned in a tremendous 4 innings, gets a round of applause while Howie Reed loosens up in the Dodger bullpen. Jim Grant has allowed one man to get aboard, but not of his own doing. Roseboro hit a little pop fly dropped by Killebrew. Little hopper to Gillian. He has to go to first base, so that gets the man over. So Frank Quillisi at second base with 2 out, and here comes Zoilo Versailles. He singled and walked. He has 4 RBIs in the series. High pop fly, Will's calling. That's it. The Twins get 2 runs on 1 hit, an error, and leave 1. And the score at the end of 4 innings of play. Minnesota 2, the Dodgers nothing. 5th inning, 2-0 Minnesota. Jim Grant, for 4 innings, has not allowed a hit. He'll pitch to Ron Fairley, Lou Johnson, and Wes Parker. Curveball hit up the middle by Quillisi into center field. So the fastball was fouled away, and the curveball was hit into center field, and that's the first Dodger hit. And it brings up Lou Johnson.
Number 41. Lou Johnson.
Curveball hit down to third. Killebrew to Quillisi. Back to first, not in time. Fairley rolling Quillisi out of the play at first. Wes Parker, the batter. Here are his thoughts about the pressure of a long year.
Wes Parker.
Well, counting spring training, I guess we've played over 200 ball games now, and we're coming right down to the last game, so I, for one, hope this thing will end today. I know it's been pretty tough for me to get my sleep at night ever since about the last 2 weeks of the pennant race, so if for no other reason, I'd like to end it today to get a good night's rest.
Hit down to Quillisi. Frank has to go to first. Johnson moving into second base. So with 2 out, Johnny Roseboro, the batter.
Number 8. John Roseboro.
Three and 2. Strike 3 call. Fastball. No runs, a hit, a man left. And the score at the end of 4.5 innings of play. The Twins 2 and the Dodgers nothing. The second half of today's World Series game is brought to you by the Gillette Safety Razor Company. The total's up to here for the Twins, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, they've left 5. The Dodgers, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error, they have left 1. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning for more play-by-play, the voice of the Minnesota Twins, Ray Scott. Thank you, Vin Scully, and hi again, everybody. The Twins in the fifth inning will have the 2, 3, and 4 batters, Joe Nosick, Tony Oliva, and Harmon Killebrew, against left-hander Claude Osteen. Nosick is grounded into a double play, thrown out by the shortstop. Near first, the pop-up in foul territory, Wes Parker. 1 away. This 1965 World Series game is being brought to you live and in color exclusively on NBC. The batter is Tony Oliva. Singled to left in the first inning for his 4th World Series hit, grounded out third to first in the third. Dodger outfield shading Oliva toward left. 1 hop liner to Wills, 2 down. Here's Harmon Killebrew, hitless and 2 at bats. Hit into a force out in the first inning and grounded out short to first in the third. Killebrew's had 5 hits in the series. The second baseman, Krasuski. Osteen has his first 1, 2, 3 inning. And so at the end of the 5th inning, the score, Minnesota 2, the Dodgers nothing. Secret agents Robert Culp and Bill Cosby find themselves targets for the Blue Dragon Society, a sort of Oriental mafia, but twice as deadly on I Spy, tonight at 10, 9 Central Time. In the Dodgers' 6th inning, Dick Krasuski, the second baseman and number 8 batter, then the pitching spot. We say pitching spot because right now we have noticed the Dodgers have a right-hander throwing again in the bullpen. And then the leadoff batter and shortstop, Maury Wills. 2-0, the Twins lead, start of the 6th. The curve is belted into left field. Allison fires the ball back to the infield, and Krasuski is on. Willie Crawford will bat for Osteen. Ball 2, strike 2, pinch hitter Willie Crawford. Strikeout. Third strikeout for Grant. And with 1 down in the Dodgers' 6th inning, here's Maury Wills. He is grounded out twice. Still has the most hits in the series, 10. Krasuski on first, 1 out. Base hit to center. Krasuski stops at second. So Wills has his 11th hit of the series. And the Dodgers have their first big threat of the game with 2 on and only 1 out. And the batter, Jim Gilliam. Pop-up. Versailles is back. Allison on. The shortstop calls. Infield fly, 2 down.
Number 3.
So Grant not bothering to waste any pitches with 2 strikes on the batter. Just concentrating on throwing strikes. Here's Willie Davis. Center fielder Joe Nosick in position. The Dodgers are out and leave 2 on. And so at the end of 5.5 innings, the score is the Twins 2 and the Dodgers nothing. For the Twins, Earl Batty, Bob Allison, and Don Mincher are scheduled to face Howie Reed as the Twins lead 2-0. Batty tripled in the second to lead off that inning, but was stranded. Safe on an error in the 4th inning and scored on Allison's follow-up homer. A great play by Parker, and on to Reed. Wes Parker with one of the finer fielding plays of the series. Ball 4. way to the backstop, but Allison will be satisfied with a walk. For the Twins, walk number 4. Mincher walked in the second and grounded out second to first in the fourth. 2-2 to Mincher. He's going. Strike 3. Safe. Maury Wills debating the call by umpire Tony Benson. Dick Krasuski standing by. Let's watch it again. So with 2 down, Allison at second base. And here is Frank Quillisi with first base open and Jim Grant scheduled to bat next. Put him on, says the manager. Ball 4 to Frank Quillisi. Here's Jim Grant. Pitching with 2 days rest, Grant has shut out the Dodgers through 6. 6 times at bat for the Dodgers. With a bat in his hand, he has popped up and grounded out. He has 1 hit in the series. It was a double. He had 1 game this season when he knocked in 4 runs. Dodgers center fielder Willie Davis playing Grant 5-6 strides toward right. Allison on second, Quillisi on first, 2 out. Deep. This is hit deep. Home run. Look at this one again. Twin statisticians have a method by which they give an approximate distance for a home run. And they tell us that one was hit 392 feet.
Jim Grant steps into the box, gets set, and then rips into the first pitch. It's back, way back for a home run. The only other American League pitcher ever to hit a World Series home run was Jim Bagby of the 1920 Cleveland Indians, oddly enough, against the Brooklyn Dodgers. The Mudcat still is on cloud 9, coming around to score. His 3-run homer builds the lead to 5-0.
I don't think I need to add, it is Jim Grant's first World Series homer. The Twins lead 5-0 in one of the more dramatic backfires as far as strategy is concerned when Reed appeared to hang a breaking ball. Here is Versailles. Single, walk, popped up. Strike 1. Strike 2. Strikeout for Reed. The Twins are out, but score 3 times. And so at the end of the 6th inning, the score is the Twins 5 and the Dodgers nothing. We pause now for station identification.
This is the CBC Television Network.
In the Dodgers' 7th inning, with the Twins leading 5-0, using exclusively the long ball. Allison's 2-run homer, the Twins' 5th of the series, and Grant's 3-run homer, number 6 for the Twins in this series. Fairley is 1 for 2. He's singled for the first hit off Grant in the 5th inning. First time up in the 2nd, sent a fly ball to center. Deep to right center, Nossick and Oliva back. It is a home run for Fairley, his 2nd of the series. And the Dodgers break through. It is 5-1. Ron Fairley gets his 10th hit, second home run.
Fairley leads off, and he really gets a hold of one. It sails into the bullpen. That's the second homer of the series for Ron, who has been the most consistent Dodger hitter as well as the most productive one, with 6 runs batted in so far.
Here is Lou Johnson, hitless and 2 at bats. He is fouled out and grounded into a force out. The home run by Fairley, the Dodgers' 4th hit of the game, accidentally fouled back for strike 1. And Fairley's home run traveled over 400 feet. It landed in the Twins' bullpen. Foul, 2-2. Strikeout on the curveball. Grant gets his 4th strikeout. 1 Dodger retired in the 7th inning, and here is Wes Parker. Parker twice has sent grounders to second baseman Frank Quillisi and has been thrown out. Grant. 2 down. Here's the Dodger catcher, Johnny Roseboro. Base hit to left. 2nd hit of the inning and 5th of the game off Grant. Roseboro just content to go with the outside pitch, and with 2 down in the 7th and a run in on Fairley's 400-foot-plus homer, the batter is Krasuski. As Vin Scully pointed out, the Twins had activity in the bullpen from the very start of the game. Lefty Jim Merritt was up when the game started. Center fielder Joe Nossick. The Dodgers are out. 1 man is left, and a run is scored. And so at the end of 6.5 innings, the score, Minnesota 5, the Dodgers 1. This Sunday, NBC will present 3 regional American Football League games. The Buffalo Bills will face the Kansas City Chiefs. The San Diego Chargers will meet the Boston Patriots. And the Denver Broncos and the Houston Oilers meet at Denver. That's AFL football live, mostly in color and exclusively on NBC. Check your local listings for the game and time in your city. In the 7th inning, the Twins leading the Dodgers 5-1 and seeking to extend the series to 7 games will send up the center fielder Nossick, the right fielder Oliva, and the third baseman Killebrew. Nossick is hitless in 3 trips today, 4 hits in the series. High and inside, ball 1. Ball 2 outside. Strike 2-1. Strike 2. Strikeout. The 3rd for Reed. 5th for Dodger pitching. Here is Tony Oliva. A single in 3 at-bats.
Tony Oliva.
Twins leading 5-1, last of the 7th. Center field. Fairley fires back to the infield, and Oliva has his 2nd hit of the game and 5th of the series. With 1 out, here is Killebrew. Well, the Twins hit number 6. Killebrew is hitless in 3 trips today. Maury Wills, Lou Johnson after this foul, and it's Wills, 2 down. With Oliva on first and 2 out, to the plate comes Earl Batty. He is tripled, walked, and was retired on a brilliant fielding effort by first baseman Wes Parker. Right center field, Willie Davis a long way, Fairley there, and Fairley makes the grab. The Twins are out, 1 man left. So at the end of the 7th inning, the score, the Twins 5 and the Dodgers 1. 7 inning totals for the Twins: 5 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. The Dodgers 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error. With Howie Reed due to bat, Wally Moon gets the call. The veteran Dodger has batted once in the series and failed to hit. In the regular series, 89 at bats, 18 hits, 4 extra base throws, 3 doubles, a homer, 11 runs batted in. Second baseman Frank Quillisi, dementia, 1 down. This Saturday, NBC will telecast one of the top college football games of the year. Undefeated Texas meets undefeated Arkansas in the NCAA game of the week. That's at 4 Eastern Time, 3 Central Time, live and in color, exclusively on NBC. And remember that before each college football game, the Bud Wilkinson NCAA preview show. Here is Maury Wills. Today, a single and 3 trips. In the series, 11 hits, and that's tied. Right. Curve, foul. Strike 3 ball. 5 strikeouts for the Twins right-hander. And with 2 out and none on in the Dodger 8th inning, here's Jim Gilliam. To Versailles. Still got it. 1, 2, 3. So at the end of 7.5 innings, the score is the Twins 5 and the Dodgers 1. Moving into the last of the 8th, Twins with a 5-1 lead, and the third Dodger pitcher, right-hander Bob Miller, follows the starter Claude Osteen, who worked 5 innings. Reliever Howie Reed, who went 2. Miller will be appearing in his second game. He worked just a third of an inning. In the last of the 8th, for the Twins, it will be after Allison, Don Mincher, and the second baseman Frank Quillisi. The Dodgers have hit 4 home runs in the series. The Twins have hit 6. Shallow right. Krzyzewski back, fairly on, 1 away. Krzyzewski grabbing the pop-up.
Number 5.
Here's Don Mincher. Walked in the second, grounded out in the 4th, called out on strikes in the 6th. Second baseman Krzyzewski, 2 down. Here's Frank Quillisi. Called out on strikes in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and drew an intentional walk in the 6th. Center fielder Willie Davis. Twins are retired, 1, 2, 3. So at the end of the 8th inning, the score is the Twins 5 and the Dodgers 1.
Number 3.
While the World Series, of course, brings the spotlight of sports directly on Metropolitan Stadium here in Minnesota, people in the game recognize that the place it enjoys in America is the result of a lot of contributing factors. College, high school baseball, a part of it. All of it bringing baseball to its current high degree of interest. A strike call to Willie Davis, who is 0 for 3 today. Jim Grant trying for his second win in the series, trying to bring the Twins even at 3 games apiece. Pop-up. Killebrew, foul territory. 1 away in the Dodger 9th inning. Here's Ron Fairley.
Number 6.
He has hit the ball hard 3 times. He has lined to center, singled to center, and hit a 400-foot plus homer. His second home run of the series. He has 10 hits. Only Maury Wills has more, 11. This highly partisan Twins crowd at Metropolitan Stadium, you can just sense they're waiting to let out a roar. short. The first. 2 down in the Dodger ninth inning. The Twins with a 5-1 lead. And here is the left fielder, Lou Johnson, hitless in 3 trips. Into left field, a base hit off the curveball. And Johnson has his first hit of the day. Hit number 6 for the Dodgers. And with 2 out, here's Wes Parker.
Number 28
has hit the ball on the ground. Twice to the second baseman. And in the 7th inning, hit a high hopper that Grant speared and turned into an out at first. Dimension foul. Strike 1. This game and wins it, it means that every winning effort has been a complete effort. To the second baseman. To first. Ball game is over. The Twins have squared the series as Jim Grant receives congratulations from his teammates. Manager Sam Neely and the coaches. Grant wins his second game of the series. The Twins win 5-1. 5 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Twins. 1 run, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Dodgers. In a moment, we'll review the highlights of the game for you.
Grant goes into the 9th with a 5-1 lead. After he retires the first 2, Johnson singles to left to keep the Dodgers alive. Grant still needs another out. And the next man he faces is Wes Parker. Grant fires once more, and Parker grounds to Quillisi for an easy out. Minnesota wins, and the series is tied at 3-all. The Twins mob the Mudcats, who not only pitched a superb 6-hitter with only 2 days rest, but put the game away with a 3-run homer.